So what's the first word that comes to mind when you think of Tijuana, Mexico?
Tequila. Pina colada.
Bananas.
Medicine.
Tacos.
Tijuana, my stepfather, my pops. His name is Tijuana.
Have you ever held on to a belief without knowing if it's really true? We're fed tons of information nearly every minute by various news sources and word of mouth, but do you ever take the time to test the facts? Gunnar and I growing up have developed this presumptive idea that Mexico is a place filled with violence and drug cartels. We aren't going to neglect the fact that some parts of Mexico are extremely safe and beautiful, but with a quick Google search of the most dangerous places in the world, Tijuana definitely makes the list. With it having the highest murder rate per capita in the world, it easily earns its reputation. Some friends of ours have quite a bit of experience crossing the border and were more than happy to take us for the very first time. We decided to go to Tijuana to test the belief we've held on to our whole lives.
We're on our way to Tijuana.
Miles, we're probably like maybe 3 miles away from the border. My parents grew up in Mexico. They came over here when they were first married, and we were all raised here.
I've grown up with my dad saying that, you know, Mexico's dangerous, don't ever go there. There's nothing but, you know, drugs, violence.
My dentist and my dermatologist are there.
So you just cross the border and go to the dentist?
Yeah.
It's about 1/3 of the cost that you would pay here, and the service is just as good.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Mexico?
Food. Growing up, my dad we would come to Tijuana almost on a Sunday basis. I'll go come and get haircuts.
We'd go grocery shopping, we'd see our family, go to the dentist, we go to the mechanic. It's always been a part of my life.
Yeah.
It's completely opposite of what you guys think.
And so it's important when you drive into Mexico to always buy Mexican insurance. We buy an annual policy since we go there quite often, but you can buy it for the day, and that's what we're going to do now is buy Mexican insurance. They don't have representation in Mexico like Mexican companies do, so it's worth buying it. There was one couple that I think he was drinking and she wasn't.
So like there's basic precautions to take.
From
You
that
are
stuff.
in a different country.
Yeah.
The rules are different.
They came across another driver who was a Mexican individual who was drinking as well, and they hit head on.
Oh no.
And the Mexican individual died. But it was his fault. Right before this happened, the girlfriend started driving the vehicle, and they put her in jail.
Really?
Even though it wasn't her fault, tried to release her, it was too late. They took a month to pay the bail and get her out of there. And so she was stuck in Mexican prison for a long time.
After we had picked up Mexican insurance, we were ready to cross the border.
They just put this in about 6 months ago or 4 months ago. Sometimes it's manned. You can get green or red. But yeah, they're just looking for drugs, guns. Over there, they x-ray your vehicle. Look, there's an x-ray machine.
You've done that before?
Once, last time I came.
Really?
Yeah.
We're in Mexico, baby!
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it, we made it. Now it's in Spanish, no way. This is the first time I've ever been in a different country.
Yeah, they give them food and different things there at these little areas.
But all these people live underneath the riverbed. So this is a new wall that they built. The wall that would separate was like a little chain link fence. Now they have this one and the one right behind it. And you'll see all the border patrol, see how they're in there? They go in there and then they go into the hills and they park, and that's where they monitor.
So what are some stereotypes of Mexico that you think are like popular but not true? So pretty much all the
Everything you think.
just everything is drugs and
It's just
violence.
like any big city. If you go to the wrong area at the wrong time, you're gonna have issues, or you're messing with the wrong people.
I told them I want to bring you guys here because it will break the stereotype that you have. Like,
Yeah, this is beautiful.
It is.
You wouldn't see something like this in, you know, Nevada.
Tijuana isn't my favorite because it's tourists here, a lot of poor people here, because a lot of people from Mexico come from the inland of Mexico, come here thinking they're going to cross the United States and they get stuck here.
Right.
So you have a lot of homeless, you have a lot of poor individuals just congregating and stuck in Tijuana. So you know, it's not the best place for you to see, you know, Mexico.
Yeah.
In the interior of Mexico, it's, you know, you get more of the nationals, the normal life. I've never had a bad experience here. Growing up in high school, when we would come down here to come and go to a club or something and come and drink or do crazy stuff, cops would pull us over sometimes and makeup things and just kind of try and get money off you.
Yeah.
So we would, you give them $5-10 and you would go on your way.
So how bad is like the corrupt scene, do you think?
I've never experienced it. You hear it, but I think it's like anything else. You only hear the bad, not the good sometimes. So it kind of expounds it that it's bigger than it really is.
If you go to Mexico, you obviously have to try some tacos, and we made that our top priority.
We're in Mexico.
First step.
That feels good.
First step.
All right. First tacos in Mexico. That's so good.
Almost tastes like roast beef or something.
Very nice. That's that one.
That's head and
The
tongue.
tacos were by far the best we had ever had. We tried cow tongue, cow cheek, cow belly, and many other various cow
Best
parts.
tacos in my life. Whole life.
Our next stop was the beach, where the border gate ran off to its end into the ocean.
Isn't he supposed to be at work? Or?
We had heard of an interesting neutral zone between the countries called Friendship Park, and we wanted to see it for ourselves.
This is like the southernmost tip. So this is the friendship area that I was telling you guys about. People on the US that have family members on this side, this is where they can meet, like on a Sunday or a Saturday when they open both gates for a certain amount of time.
At nighttime, they'll try and swim in for a good half mile, try to go around. And they have border patrolmen right over here and some vehicles to get you if you do.
After exploring the beaches, I had been promised earlier that I would get to try something for the very first time.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta be careful.
Worried about the Mexican danger? That's it.
You want some alcohol? You're 18.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's do it. I wanted one of the big ones. Dude, I got a lot. Oh, jeez.
I'll get a big one.
I want a big one. I've never had a drink. I don't know what's good.
Piña colada?
Try mango.
Mango. De mango, por favor.
I've always wanted to try pina colada. And now I am. In Mexico. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad.
You're gonna have to pee in a little bit too.
Wow. It's good. I definitely taste the tequila.
Your first legal drink.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's good though. No, it's like
Lightweight.
like lightweight. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, you're a lightweight.
I'm not that.
Wait, hold on. No, don't dip.
You're gonna have to down that.
You gotta drink it, dude.
better.
When? Like now? Shoot, dude, I got a lot.
I'll get a big one.
I want a big one. All right, ready?
Don't
So
get
I have
sick.
all that.
Don't get sick.
It's
Come on.
skinny, look at
it's
it.
skinny. Yeah, it's not a
I'm
lot.
lightweight.
Yeah, you're a lightweight.
I'm not that.
Come on, dude. There you go. Come on. Are you serious?
Are you sure he's gonna be okay to film?
Yeah, you should be fine.
I'll be fine. Oh my gosh, I'm making no progress. Here, help me. Oof.
Look at that. Look at
Wow. What the heck?
Straw had something.
That's what I'm saying. It felt like stuck or
Come on,
something.
dude.
Got the rosemary down there.
What did you say about a lightweight?
That's a lot. Wow.
Oh,
I feel like it may do nothing.
Little
Here,
bit.
somebody finish it.
Come on.
Ashley's good at this stuff. Can I keep it? Yeah, I'll keep it.
There you go.
I wanna know.
With the help of Gunner.
Now we're going down to the center of Tijuana, the main street of Revolucion.
Ooh.
They have lots of bars and restaurants, mainly bars at that.
That's when we'll get your second.
Oh, yes. I'll try strawberry this time. Modelo.
I feel like this is kind of what I pictured it to be. I feel like it's more structured.
So we're getting into the center of So you'll see the difference.
I watched a video online, like just walking through Tijuana. It looked like every block, it looked like there were prostitutes, blocks and blocks and blocks.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, or is that generally like only at night?
I have not
certain
seen
areas?
it. I think it's mostly at night. To that magnitude, I think it goes down to like the disparity of the people trying to, you know, survive, because the government is so corrupt here. They impose fees and they take away more than they said they were going to take away. It's not fair. You know, if you get into trouble, you can literally pay them off. Like, oh, you know, whatever, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, please, you know, if I, you know, can you take this and we can move forward, and then they'll do it.
That's the old original part back there. This is probably like 25, 30 years old, this area here. It's called the Rio. We come to Dennis is where we come out here.
As we were in the downtown area, we hit up a nifty coffee shop and a popular bakery.
Oh yeah.
Venecia?
Venecia.
Go check it out. So all this bread was $5 or 94 pesos.
Wow.
The Ortiz family had practically fast passes to cross the border, so they dropped us off and promised to pick us up when we were ready.
We're walking back from Mexico.
Yeah, we're about to head back in.
To the United States, so we gotta get in line. Probably gonna take about an hour, so we'll see.
We made it through the first section.
It's the first time I ever had to use my passport.
That's where we're going, United States.
Never been. Sounds like a nice place. After an hour in line, we had successfully crossed the US-Mexican border and were eager to get back home to try our sweet bread.
How did it go? You guys crossed good?
Yeah.
I feel like the airport is harder.
There were good places and bad places, you know. I didn't really feel like too in danger. I was with the most amazing chaperones ever, but you just see the poverty that surrounds all the areas in Mexico. So
What was really sad is just like the little girls, like kids out there trying to earn money, you know?
Yeah,
like
trying to help their family out and stuff. It really gives you a big dose of reality, the blessings that you have living in the United States.
It's pretty much what I kind of expected, and it reminds me of like Brazil, and
It felt familiar in a way. The way it looked a little bit, it's very similar to like the valley in Los Angeles.
I mean, compared to what we have here in the States, it's
It's different.
I can't even talk right now, I'm so buzzed. I've always wanted to go to Mexico. Tijuana seems like a pretty safe place to do it. So I'm like, okay, let's do that. Like, I didn't expect it to be crazy dangerous or something. He paints it like it's the worst place on earth.
And then I FaceTimed him in the car. He's like, oh no, I love Mexico. I was like, oh, get out of here.
I didn't really believe any of the stereotypes.
Oh, get out of here. I believed him. The main question of this video is Tijuana as dangerous as everybody says it is?
No, it's different. Is Tijuana as lit as people say?
Mom and Dad.
And I would say yes. I told that girl she had beautiful eyes in Spanish. Dude, I'm going back to Mexico to marry her.
But she like blushed. She's like, oh, thank you.
I think she had gorgeous eyes, bro. I couldn't help myself. I was like, I have to tell her.
Thank you guys so much for taking me.
I'm glad we had a positive experience.
It was really neat to experience.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I would cross border just for that. After exploring parts of what's deemed the most dangerous city in the world, we couldn't have had a more enjoyable experience. We understand a small part of Tijuana doesn't represent all of Mexico, but thought it would be fun to test some of our presuppositions. I had my first drink, we tried absolutely delicious baked goods, and had adventured into a totally unknown land. We'd say it was a success visiting the most dangerous city in the world.